Elon is still locked in, replying to my fucking stalker account. Asmongold has no love lost over Hasan losing grip of his bully influence on the online arena. Must be very awful for Hasan that he can't bully people out of having positions that he disagrees with. You had a good run. Must suck. Yeah, really sucks. Elon Musk hitting with the fucking smiling, crying emoji. The regression of political discourse continues, okay? The regression of political discourse fucking continues. That's crazy. This is the wealthiest person on the planet, and he is replying to my fucking stalker account on the social media platform that he owns, while also celebrating that the social media platform that he owns unironically has become a horrible place for back and forth and for politics. Like, richest man on earth replying to Twitch drama, 0 aura points, minus 1 million aura points. What is Asmongold even talking about? I don't know. I haven't even looked into it, but I suspect that if I were to speculate, it would most likely be that, like, these guys claim that liberals bullied them all the time, and now they're the bullies or something. Like, it's just like vengeance politics. Like, first you perceive yourself as a victim for having abhorrent opinions about things, and then once, like, those abhorrent political opinions become the norm in platforms like the ones that Elon Musk owns, where people basically wear their bigotry and their stupidity as a badge of courage, which is what my point was, then they say, well, back in the day you used to bully us, and now the bullies are, it's the revenge of the nerds or something, which is so stupid. Just,
And this is Hasan crying. Is this, you know what? Who cares? Let's move on. Yeah. This is just how, what is this? This is how Twitter and increasingly more online spaces feel nowadays. People are no longer able to feel shame and wear their bigotry and stupidity like a badge of honor. Yes, I understand. It must be very awful for Hasan that he can't bully people out of having positions that he disagrees with now.
You know what's really funny about this? I never bullied Asmongold until he became this, like, right-wing demon. Or even when he had right-wing opinions, I was very charitable to him. And he was the one who has historically demanded that I get banned or maybe even go to fucking jail. You know what I mean? For my opinions. So I don't know where he fucking comes from with this, like, victimhood bullshit. People would yell at me all the time for not being more aggressive towards Asmongold. Like, I was incredibly fucking charitable to Asmongold, far more than he deserved, really, and far more than he's ever demonstrated towards me after becoming a prominent right-wing political commentator. But it's, like, so strange because in the minds of his community, they operate as though they have this mentality that, like, I was the reason why he got banned or something. Like, they legitimately think I called for his ban, or at least I got him banned when he said the thing about Palestinians deserving genocide. His heart is not in this shit. You can hear it in his voice. He had to read through your tweet and then come up with an on-the-spot anti-Hasan take for the content. He's just going through the motions. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, Bryce.
Hey, listen, it was a good few years, right? You had a good run. But I think people are...
Like, given my position as someone who's always been outside of the permissible commentary structure of mainstream media, I've never been Mr. Let's ban people, you know? Because I understand what goes around comes around. And I understand that, like, more often than not, someone like myself is probably in the crosshairs way faster than a right-wing person that is basically in line with the administration's agenda. So that is part of the reason why I've always been very careful talking about, like, deplatforming, where I do think that, like, there is validity to deplatforming certain ideas, okay? Not allowing certain ideas to fester is I think good for discourse in general. It's better for speech. It's better for free speech. Like there are boundaries around like what you can and can't say, and there are understandable, reasonable boundaries, even in the United States of America, around what you can and can't say, even on private platforms. And I think like what has happened to Twitter is a perfect demonstration of like why those safeguards must exist for speech to thrive in general. But of course, like for guys like this, they don't mind that shit at all. They love it because it's all about like dominating your opponent, dominating your political enemies. And if you don't actually have good reason to dominate your political enemies, something that Asmongold used to say all the time was, you know, a lot of people shit on Hasan, but if he's such a bad guy, why are you making stuff up about him, right? Like that's what he used to tell his audience all the time. Like something that he always would say is like, if Hasan is such a bad guy, just say what he's doing that's bad instead of just like making shit up about him to yell about. And now he basically does it himself, or at least leans on it himself, because he got a little taste of that like fuck Hasan juice, right? And he recognized it. He recognized the value that brings to the table, and he kind of dropped it, which is, you know, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I genuinely cannot comprehend how or why other streamers continue to collab with this man on camera. The shit he says is so fucking disgusting. One, people are worried about getting ass blasted by his legion of mass harassers. Okay, that's a big part of the problem. And two, he's one of the top content creators on the platform. Most people look at this as a job. They don't think about, like, with the exception of this community, okay, even Asmongold's community looks at this from the lens of drama. Do you understand? They don't actually think about the political movement that they are a part of. I'm sure that there are people who have genuine political convictions that are inside of Asmongold's community, but a lot of people don't look at politics from that framework. They look at politics as like, yeah, it's just a type of content. Because if you notice, like even my friends, sometimes when they talk about like my job security, other content creators on this platform will say like, Hasan, you have permanent job security because like the content that you're covering is endless. So from their perspective, they think I'm doing this just because this is like a type of content that I can create, and not because like there is genuine political conviction behind what I'm doing. And this is friendly content creators, right? Like they're not even looking at that cynically. They're just like, in their minds, it's like all entertainment. This is just a type of entertainment. So it is what it is. This is what Asmongold and his audience keep defending on the platform when they say all this, by the way. Yeah, keep pandering, long nose. We know what you are. Oh, shut the fuck up. They're all the same. Goose stepping, long nose pedos. Nah, it's Jews. You ever met a poor Jew? Ever met one without influence? Ever met one who didn't support the homeland? Yeah, it's just, it is. It's just the fucking, some of the grossest little freaks that feel emboldened. Just like the first Trump administration created this environment where Nazis felt comfortable marching on the fucking streets. When you give these guys an inch, they take a fucking mile, you know? This is their opportunity. This is like something that this is something that they're very excited about. Like, I have never sheltered anyone from what I consider to be what my politics are, right? People will say like, "Oh, you're hiding your power level or whatever," but it's like, no, I'm not. Nazis, on the other hand, used to try and hide their power levels, right? Back in the day. The reason why they have to do that is because there is a difference between the maximalist position on socialism or communism versus a maximalist position on Nazi ideology. The final solution is the maximalist position on Nazi ideology, the eradication or ethnic cleansing of an entire population on characteristics that they can't change about themselves. Whereas for communism or socialism, there is no such designation. It's an economic organization of society that I have no issue pushing towards, because I ultimately don't. There is nothing shameful about it. There is nothing that contradicts with my values on that front. When you try to describe fascism to an onlooker in simple terms, one, they obviously are taught that it's bad and wrong, but two, it's bad and wrong in the most basic ways. Like, it's bad and wrong in the most basic ways. I think it's different, but you absolutely do the same thing. You even spoke the other day about how you soften your message in the same way when you speak at places like Oxford. Again, it's different, but it's exactly the same. No. Okay? It's not the same at all. Because when someone asks me what my position is, I am not ashamed of it. Like, I'm not hiding my position at all. I don't think you understand the difference. A Nazi will deny being a Nazi. I do not deny being a socialist. I have no issue being called a socialist. I don't even have an issue being called a communist. A Nazi, on the other hand, for understandable reasons, is going to try to shelter you, try to hide the truth about their actual political convictions. The reason why they try and hide it is because when you strip it of all of the aesthetics, the ideology comes down to a violent enforcement built around one ethnic identity or one religious identity, transcending above with notions of superiority over all other ethnic identities. That's not what communism is, and that's not what socialism is. So there is no reason to, there's no reason for me to like ever feel ashamed about my worldview at all. Whereas Nazis understand that when you try to describe your worldview in its most basic form, there's still a lot of pain and a lot of violence dished out for no real reason beyond fantasies of superiority, ethnic superiority. Because violence is obviously, if we're going to talk about like violence as a permanent construct in politics, like violence is at the heart of all politics. Who gets to do it? Who is victim to it? There are many different forms of violence, but I'm talking simply like why Nazis and why fascists do violence. It's untenable. It's completely unacceptable. And most people consider it to be inappropriate and wrong. There is a sense of shame associated with dishing out violence for fascist purpose. So yeah, hiding power level is blatant deception. It's not the same as being tactful with the wording while still being honest. Exactly. Like, you will never catch me stand down or shit on trans people. You know what I mean? Just because like the audience I'm talking to is transphobic. Like, that's not going to happen. You will never catch me. Like shitting on black people or brown people or anything like that, because the audience is not receptive to that kind of language. Like, that's not. My principles remain the same, even if my messaging is more tactful. Whereas Nazis will actively deny that they're Nazis, and also will actively deny that they have racial purity politics, for example. Does that make sense? Now, that is also changing, though. That's also changing because people are feeling a lot more comfortable about openly stating their fascist desires. As opposed, armed resistance is seen as morally just against a belligerent colonizer on the talks of shameful violence. Yeah,